Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna do a timeless and collective reading. So whenever it finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's do a reading for you guys. Rose was desiring my attention, so I gave her her own little bench here. We're gonna see if she is pushy for attention or if she's gonna chillax. Let's just go with the flow, dive on in. We're gonna start with the she wants attention. We're gonna dive into the mystery deck and get a little clarity for you guys. So let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Clarity for the collective. What would be helpful to know right now, please and thank you. Opening messages. Energy going on today. Insight, inspiration. Ooh, it's time to play some baseball. It's time to step up to bat today. It's fun games. Maybe you're doing something fun today. Hitting a home run, getting off the bench. Maybe you're doing something that's kind of sporty with someone else. It could be hiking. It doesn't have to be baseball. But this is not you sitting on the couch watching the game. This is you in the game, part of that game, enjoying the game, on the right team. This is somebody you have fun with, or a bunch of people. Oh, maybe it's somebody you have fun with from the past. You need to step up to bat with, or they are coming back around. I feel like this is somebody you recognize as always being in your corner, on your team. You have fun with. And I mean, this could be romance, but it could just be a friend. It could be a bunch of friends. Maybe you and a bunch of people are joining a team. I actually see golfing, and I know this is weird, but I see frisbee golf, and not everyone knows what frisbee golf is, but I sort of see that. It's kind of like frisbee and kind of like golf at the same time. So what else would be helpful? Ooh, going down the rabbit hole. That sounds like fun. I feel like this is good conversation with somebody from the past, or as you're doing something else. Maybe there's something to be discovered here that you don't know, because down the rabbit hole feels like curiosity, adventure, following the clues, not knowing what's going to happen next, kind of going with the flow. And it also feels like, I want to say like growth, expansion, wisdom gained from experiences had. What else? I kind of feel like some of you are gonna have a conversation with somebody from your past, whoever that is, maybe while you're just doing something kind of fun, you know, fancy free, not that stressful. But I kind of feel either you or them has gained some knowledge down a rabbit hole you already went down, and you're like really excited to talk about it. And I don't know why, I just thought of something really funny. So hey, maybe this is it. Oh, welcome to Ultraviolet Dove's channel. So I'm gonna talk about little people. I mean, you have down the rabbit hole here, but I just saw a video, I'll find it. And it was on like little people, fairies, leprechauns, whatever you want to call it. Like even, I think some of them were hobbits, but there was 3 moments in that show that were like, what? The one was a watch that was found in a 400-year-old, I'm going down the rabbit hole with you guys today. It was a watch found in a 400-year-old tomb somewhere in Asia, and the watch was like this big. It was super tiny, like for a little teeny tiny little person, and it was a Swiss watch. It was an actual Swiss watch made for a little tiny person. So what is that? That's kind of different, right? Then the next one was a photographer. Now I'm just regurgitating me watching this once. Was a photographer that was using a really good camera, so he did not see it with his physical eyes, but when he looked at the photos, they look at first like they're all these little tiny bugs that were somehow really tiny in the air, but when you look at them really close, they look like fairies. They look like fairies. They don't look like any bug I've ever seen. And he blew it up and like shows how it looks. They look like they're just kind of like dancing in the sunlight. I don't know why I just thought of King Harvest dancing in the moonlight. And I just thought of A Midsummer's Night Dream. Maybe some of you are talking about Shakespeare. The other part was, it's something that connected to Graham Hancock. And he was saying something about little people having a whistle, sound, frequency, vibration, and that levitating gigantic, like rocks. So maybe I'm just giving you a little peek down that rabbit hole, but sound is very powerful. And, you know, we know a little about levitating, but maybe it was just a whistle. Also, I will throw a little extra monkey wrench in the situation. I always found it quite interesting that Triton, you know, the ruler of the ocean, has that trident. You know, it's not just like a spear. If you look at that, it kind of looks like a tuning fork, like bing. So I don't know, just saying. I don't know if I can find it again, but there was something I found on not Graham Hancock, but another explorer that goes to many different places in the world. This was someplace in South America, but a museum not in a normal town with tourists. This is like going through the rainforest and then getting on a helicopter in a museum in a place like that where very few people go. Nothing is in glass cases, but there were both elongated skulls, still with hair, and somebody, because they knew who he was and respected him, let him into the back where he said there were hundreds of the most gigantic tuning forks. That's the only thing he could describe it as that he has ever seen. They were like 20 feet high, 10 feet high, you know, this big around. Who's big enough to hold that? And what kind of sound does that make when you hit it? And what does that sound do? I'm just going to leave you with that. I didn't expect to go down my own rabbit hole with you today, but whatever your rabbit hole is, whatever feels pretty interesting, I feel like it might be a very cool conversation you have with someone, or somebody opens up the door, the mind of possibilities, to things you didn't even know existed or want to explore a little more. What else? Conditioned to seek validation. That's a weird one to come through now. So maybe somebody needs outside validation on what they're into or what brings them joy, on who they want to hang out with from the past. Maybe somebody from the past always was seeking outside validation, really caring about what others thought. Maybe somebody is changing out of that vibration and just recognizing what they think, what they're into, what their truth is, what their authentic vibration is. And if this is somebody that was conditioned, it was a learned behavior. It was because in order for them to feel validated, good enough, strong enough, you know, they had to get the approval from others. This is interesting. I feel like this is an extra message, but it is very strong. It's not like the happiest, you know, like this, but maybe it is also down the rabbit hole with childhood wounds, or psychology, or a mindset, but I'm getting more like patterns of your mind and thought processes, you know, belief systems. Maybe it's an unlearning down the rabbit hole. This could be somebody you're recognizing either had certain partnerships or situations in their life where they were just in a position where they felt good enough by getting approval from others. Sometimes this is somebody who in childhood wasn't shown unconditional love, like just loved for who they are, the weird things that they're into. You know, not having to be anything or get the A on the test or prove anything or show that, you know, they did all the chores today. Do you love me now? It's a message that needs to come through, but it's sort of where I think somebody is growing. Somebody is understanding that it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. Technically, it's none of your business what anyone else thinks. It's only between you, your higher self, you and God. And I would say that you don't need validation from anybody who you connect to in the vibration of love where it's unconditional. Unconditional love isn't loving you because you do this, or because you are that, or because you bring them this. So maybe you're connecting to someone that's a little more kind of getting just accepting, loving, simple, beautiful. We'll clarify that with the tarot, but let's continue. Okay, well, maybe this was just the pregame, you know, maybe you got to start at the pregame to get to the big game. This is kind of interesting. Maybe it's just like opening up a conversation. Maybe it's, you know, an invitation that leads to an experience with someone from the past. Maybe it's healing something from the past. That doesn't have to be with someone else. That could be in your own life. You get the pregame and the baseball game and fun games. You got a lot of games, but I feel like these are fun. This is like ball back and forth. Like play again. Let's do it again. I feel like there's even rain. I see somebody playing in the rain. The rain makes me think of, I mean, like, I'm not getting like weird cold rain. I'm getting like that spring rain where it's like that beautiful feeling on your skin. Connecting with nature. Maybe it's a cleansing energy coming in. It's kind of where you don't even want to stop, even if it's raining. I would say, unless it's maybe a lightning storm, and then you're gonna go inside and I just heard play some pinball, or maybe some video games, or maybe a board game, or I'm getting questions, but like fun questions, like, all right, so if you had to do this or this, which one would you do? I feel like it's those, I don't know what that's called. It's like that weird question, like the scenario of that would never happen in your life. Like, would you do this or would you do that? But that can get a really good conversation going. And also, kind of, you could really learn a lot about a person. You even get people to question things that they would never think of. Interesting messages today. I like this one. If this is anything you're dealing with yourself or with someone else, this is one of the most powerful things you can do. If you are giving unconditional love to someone and they are having a hard time receiving that because they're not used to it or think that it comes with conditions, then pray. God is on your side. Sometimes people have to discover something or learn something on their own. I feel this is a trust, letting go. I also feel like there is something coming through that you have been praying for. It's going to come through really different than you imagined, but I'm seeing oh so much better. Also, I'm getting that you're not praying alone. I feel like either somebody is praying for the same thing as you. It could be healing. I just heard communication, clarity, direction, but I see you and someone else praying together. That's really powerful. Not everybody's comfortable with doing that, but when more than one person, especially, even though one person is powerful, one person is a brilliant light, one person can change the world. But when people come together with beautiful vibrations of love, authentic intentions, and a focus for something that is beautiful, not spiritual, elevated, not in their ego at all, that it just puts so much more power on that prayer. It makes me think of Gregg. I can't get his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. He does a lot of things with metaphysics, quantum mechanics, stuff like that. It just makes me think, I'm getting down the rabbit hole today with you. It just makes me think of, there can be a huge amount of people in a lower vibration. And I'm gonna kind of throw this out from way back in the dusty brain files of rabbit hole in my mind here, but it's like 1/100th of a population. It's something very small where people can sit in the vibration of love, truth, God, light, pure intention, and it completely like transmutes all that negative energy. I can't remember the exact study this was, but it was done by numbers and looking at the spikes and increase of everything from hospital visits in a certain environment to crime in a certain environment, and it was the exact timing that these people were praying for healing in an environment where like everything just dissipated. Everything was peaceful. So I always feel like that's a very uplifting thing to know, especially if people watch the news a lot. You know, what's been programmed for us to know. A lot of that is not high vibration. And sometimes it's just not giving it any attention, because usually all of that stuff is to put us in a conscious, unified vibration of whatever it is. And you only need a few people to be in this beautiful vibration of love and truth to change the world. But we're going to leave you with that and continue with the reading today. Hey, what else would be helpful to know? Gregg Braden, that's who I'm thinking. At least that's that one particular story that I'm thinking. So, and I don't know why I just wanted to mention Russell Targ. He does a lot with remote viewing. Wow, maybe I should just throw some people out and see if that can take you down your own rabbit hole. Absolutely, Edgar Casey. Absolutely, Madame Blavatsky. Those are the ones I'm getting right away. So, there's one more. I'm gonna grab a book. I stopped that right on 19. Hold on one moment. Oh, my pause is in a different place when I have this upright. I think it's this one. Wait. I don't think it pauses. Oh, it's this one. Did I get it right? I'm figuring this out when it's in the vertical position. So I just go with the flow when the messages come through. The Manly P. Hall. This is a very big, very complicated book, but the Secret Teachings of All Ages. Maybe just throw that out there. And when I was looking at my shelf, this one was twinkling extra. It's been a long time since I read it, but there's probably similar books to this. It's called This Is Your Brain on Music, because music is so powerful, and it's one of the few things besides meditation that fires up both the right and the left hemisphere of the old noggin at the same time. So let's move on. Woo, woo. All right, maybe we'll take this top one and then go to something different. One more message, please and thank you. Yeah, you should. I love that that one is the one that came out. Hang out with happy. Hang out with who makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Happiness is following your joy. That's following your truth. That's following the right path that bring the right open doors, the right opportunities into your life. That's being around people that vibe with you, that get you, that just love you, that make you feel good, not drained and judged by. Who makes you happy? Is it somebody from your past? Is it somebody you've met recently? Is it somebody on a team that you're joining or a class that you have been thinking about signing up for? Is it a certain person that you haven't seen in a long time, but you know, you can just call them up? Even just hearing their voice makes you happy, makes you laugh. This is a choice. You can hang out with who makes you happy, or you can have misery loves company around you. It's up to you. But I feel like that's probably a better time. So, interesting message. I never know what's going to come through here. So, I do feel like maybe let's go to the universe. Let's ask the universe about all of this. Let's just get a general message. So, what is a message from the universe right now that would be helpful for the collective? Please and thank you. I just heard pray that something works out for the highest and the greatest good of everybody involved. And that felt very big. That everybody finds their joy. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's lessons come through when they are ready. What? Oh yeah, but it flipped over. So maybe this is something that is going to become known, was hidden. It says, don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Oh, that song brings me back to it's one of the first songs I ever sang in chorus. I think we were in 4th grade and we sang that song. Don't worry, everything that you have been waiting for is on its way. Maybe you're just in the pregame here. Maybe it's about the process, but it's progress is being made even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Just trust the process. So it is a process. You have to trust it. You have to believe that it will have the best outcome. You have to anticipate it. You have to know it. You have to also allow that it might not be what you think, but trust that when it's in God's hands, it's probably better than you can even imagine. So everything is happening right now, kind of behind the scenes, maybe down that rabbit hole. Maybe now is the time to change your vibes and find out what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Maybe the right people. These are new people, will be magnetically attracted into your life via awesome vibration. And it's a vibration you won't question. And it doesn't mean that it's not reality. Obviously, every day is not baseball games and unicorns and, you know, cute little white rabbits. Sometimes it rains. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's a big mountain. Sometimes it's rough. Sometimes it's beautiful. But it's looking at the light of every one of those situations. That's how you keep your vibration high. You look at an obstacle as a gift because it brought you strength, because it brought you awareness or discernment on how to avoid something that could have gotten in your way in a new cycle, because you already went through it in the past. So I don't know what to pull now. Sometimes I'm kind of thrown off because I don't know where the messages are going. And sometimes I start a reading and I have a very clear idea of the energy. But today's kind of inspiring and different. I think that we should just go with the flow down the rabbit hole. So I don't know why I want to go to the fairy. I did see something about fairies, right? So it's a little different. So let's ask a little bit about love. This is the romantic fairies. These fairies like romance. So let's just get one. What is one romantic fairy message that would be helpful today for this situation going on? Please and thank you. And now I'm staring at the angel deck. So let's do that next, and then maybe the tarot. One romantic fairy that would be helpful. Oh, it's about, well, you're playing baseball games. So this is about physical connection, connecting with someone in the physical, not just through conversation, not just up there in the ether. This is where touch is important. And it doesn't have to be, you know, rolling around in the yard, physical touch. It can be just being close enough to that person's energy. The sacred union of bodies. Well, maybe it is a little sassy. The sacred union of bodies to becoming one. Okay, so it is going a little sassy. So maybe this is important. Maybe this is coming through for some of you. But I feel like this situation overall, it's not just about that moment. The connection is deeper than a short-lived experience, but there is that connection with something that can be short-lived. Hopefully not too short, but maybe it's a quick, quick thing. Nothing wrong with that. But maybe it's an all-nighter. Whatever anyone's situation is, it's deep. It's looking at something through spiritual energy. This is where you can have all your chakras blast off and you're blasted into another dimension because of a connection. But it's when there's connection, not when you're disconnected or trying to perform to seek validation. It's where you're just in it and natural. So I do feel like there is a certain person, maybe from the past, where maybe it's not just getting to first base. Obviously, this is hitting a home run. This is coming back home. So, I should have known going to you sassy fairies. So, all right. I just thought of the, there's that, we went Spice Girls here. There's that Spice Girls song. Been so love like I never needed love before. I make love to you, baby. Had another lover. Now I'm back for more. Well, maybe somebody had to go and be with someone that wasn't so deep to know that maybe time with you was just not even the same thing. Couldn't even compare it. So, I mean, that song did come through. Maybe look at those lyrics. Maybe it's just connecting to the Spice Girls. Maybe things are gonna get a little spicy. So, what did I say? We're gonna do the angels. Yeah, let's go a little more. Let's go a little more angelic here. Go to the angel realms. What would be helpful to know? Let's just get an overall message from the angels. I feel like these are like, I don't know, we have down the rabbit hole. I feel like these all kind of connect, but I feel like they're all like little golden nuggets of inspiration, insight. But let's try to connect it then with the tarot. What is an angel message? Please and thank you. You have helpful people. I really love this. So there's helpful people around you, people coming into your world, people that hear you, people that believe in you. This is interesting because you have helpful people here, but I'm kind of getting a really, I want to say a really special message with this, guys. I kind of feel like you are heading into a cycle, or you are making some changes in your life. Maybe some of you are connecting with a certain person, or, you know, new friends, a soul family, your soul tribe. Maybe even, I saw all those things with changing the world, or like bigger, you know, bigger energy. And I feel like this is your spiritual team. These are your, you know, guardian angels. These are, I'm even getting archangel energy. These are your spirit guides. I don't know why I just saw grandmother. Maybe some of you have a grandmother that is helping you. It could be like a great grandmother. It could be mother. And I actually see grandparents. I see grandfather too, but I feel like their way of helping is different. But I see them all looking at you, heading towards a portal, or heading towards some kind of overall change in your vibration, your direction. You're glowing different, and I feel like you've had help on the, I mean, this did say something's happening behind the scenes, but I feel like there's been influence behind the scenes in the spiritual realm helping you by maybe whispering beautiful messages and inspiration to others. You know, that's taken something into the physical realm. I'm also seeing a lot of healing that is happening. That could even be physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. And I feel like you have your spiritual team like on the edge of their seats. like, oh, here it comes, the game's gonna start. Like, we've been waiting, we've been getting everything ready. We're so excited, it's gonna finally be happening. Like, this is the start, this is what's gonna change everything. I feel like there's been a lot of help to get you to a certain point. You've also had to be the one to make your own choices and help yourself, as does many other people. You know, there's free will, but I kind of feel like here, the guidance is heard. Something is unfolding faster, and I feel like you've had a really beautiful spiritual team, and maybe some specific help. Like, I'm even getting like extra help coming in, extra spirit guides arriving to give you the support you need. Maybe it's following the signs and the synchronistic messages. I hear repeat patterns, or something that you hear over and over, or see over and over, a repeating number, a birthday, something kind of personal. I'm not sure what that is. That just got me really excited. So let's go to the tarot. I did bring this, so maybe this one. This one's a little weird, and I don't know why I brought it. It's the Housewife Tarot, and I put 2 decks together, and I didn't want to sit there and separate them. So we're just gonna pull from these. So there's 2 decks of tarot cards put together here. It could be anything that comes out. So let's just get you some, movement of energy, some wisdom, some insight on maybe what's happening as far as progress, or happening with this process, or behind the scenes, or in the ether. Whatever you need to know, that would be helpful. I feel like we should leave it open. So let's leave it open and dive on in. What would be helpful for the collective that's watching this reading today? I'm also getting that whoever is watching this reading today, you are a very special, very blessed soul. I just heard you've come a long way. something is now out of the way. I don't know what that is. But I see you at the top of a mountain and jumping off and flying. So I feel like you're not even thinking about how much farther you have to go, because I feel like it's open-ended. You're enjoying the ride. You actually want something to continue and last. I'm just looking at that one. You want it to last longer and longer. Or I just see you wanting to do something again and again. Whatever it is that you're working on or thinking about. Let's clarify. Clarify, please, and thank you. I feel like I'm blushing now in this reading. Well, this is upside down, so whatever I heard that's gonna feel better, absolutely, because the Ten of Swords is a little rough. That is one of the harshest cards. It's where you feel betrayed, where something was a rough ending. It's not helpful people. It's closed-minded people. It's where you felt like, I'm getting triggers here with this. Like you feel like you kept getting poked, but interesting. I actually see this now because I did pull it upside down. I actually see it as like acupuncture, acupressure, something like that, where it's releasing the pressure in the meridians of your body. So maybe there was a pressure situation, you're getting back the right flow. I am getting that this is a healing. Something's not going to feel like pressure. It's like you released something. The Ten of Swords is where whatever you have coming up, even if it's not like jumping into happy land over here, it's absolutely going to feel better than whatever that situation was. And this could be somebody going through a situation like that. That's what you've been praying for. And maybe you were one of the people that was an influence on something healing or ending for the better, for a new beginning. But if that was an influence where you weren't there and you just sent prayer, the right helpful people came in to help this situation, because this was rough before the Ten of Swords. It was not happy. It was the exact opposite. It was pain. But it was like pain over and over and over. So this is something that is healing now. This is something that is being released. Those pins are dropping out of the cushion. It's something that now feels like a soft cushion. I just thought of like something or someone kind of being like a constant pain in the ass, and then I just saw a donut cushion where you sit your ass and it's like really comfy. I know that was a weird message, but I think that's an energy. Like something's, you're gonna find the right pillow while something heals. It's an ending, so it's a no mas situation, and thank goodness that's over situation for sure. So let's find out about that Ten of Swords. Maybe it had to do with the Queen of Swords. She was trimming the hedges. Interesting, because the Queen of Swords could have been the one to be helpful to end something that was rough. She could have taken back control over a situation that was not healthy, but she is really rough. So if she was upside down, she could have been the one to constantly stick those pins in. The Queen of Swords upside down is a little weird. Upside down, she's a mental manipulator. Even if it's like a little poke here, a little poke there, a little trigger this way and a little trigger that way, that adds up. Or she's harsh altogether. The Queen of Swords is very smart. She knows how to play her games, but if she's playing games for selfish means, she's not in it for, you know, unconditional love and the, you know, being helpful, then maybe she is somebody who is out of the picture. But I will say I have her over helpful people. So it is possible that there is an air sign here as the Queen of Swords that helps somebody get out of a situation, see the blossoming of something, cut away the thorns, Because the Queen of Swords, when she's upright, she's amazeballs. She's so strong. She's independent. She doesn't rely on anybody's outside validation for what she believes, for what she knows. She also has been through some tough situations in her life, and she's the one that learns her lesson. Learn my lesson, not go in there again, you know? So she will speak on behalf and be helpful to others if she sees somebody going through a situation, not worry about being direct. She's gonna call it like it is, but she would be the one to stand up for or speak on behalf of someone to help them in a rough situation. Her words are usually very direct, not always gentle, but heard and said for a purpose. So let's see, let's ask about the Queen. Tell us about the Queen of Swords, please. The Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody who's slow and steady. Look at you. You look at you. You're mowing the lawn in a little suit. So this is not really a gender thing. The Queen is more of a feminine energy. The Knight is an experience. It's an experience that takes you slow and steady. This is the one that will win the race. This is the one that achieves goal after goal after goal and adjusts how fast or slow they go in that process because they learn along the way. It's like they're really responsible. This little kid was like, oh man, I had to go to my prom, or I had to go on my date. I totally forgot to mow the lawn. I know grandma doesn't like snakes in the grass. I'm just gonna go out and do it now. It's okay. I'm gonna smell like, what is that? Like Gap used to have a perfume and it smelled like grass. That's so long ago. Like they don't even care. They're gonna do what's responsible. They'll show up a little late, you know, be fashionably late to whatever situation that is. But I feel like maybe this Queen inspired somebody to get back to work, to not worry about something not working out, but just adjust your pace accordingly. I'm also seeing that this is something that had to be mowed away, or like weeds that had to be trimmed for that game to be played on the baseball field. Also, this Knight looks really happy. If the Knight is upside down, it's lazy couch potato. It's somebody that has a lot of ambitions, has the potential to put in the work, to multitask, to get things done, but they can become complacent or unenthusiastic about something because it's taking too long, or something got them off course, or somebody said something they didn't like, so they don't do it at all. It's like they get sidetracked. It could also be where somebody works so hard that they don't take a day off, just relax on the couch, and that could make them run out of gas if they don't fill up that motor. Let's get another message. So we have Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Let's get one more. This is really cool. Somebody's taking care of themselves. You're becoming mentally clear. You got your cucumber mask and your cucumber eyes and your mask to make your face glow. This is somebody taking care of themselves. Somebody recognizing you got to plug yourself in. You have to be at peace in yourself, in your movement, with what you have to cut out of your life, especially if it's an energy like that and doesn't belong. Believe in yourself, believe in your power, that if anything is negative like that, it does not need to be in your life. If it's constantly draining your battery. I'm even getting weeds that are growing up so high, they're actually covering the sunshine. It's like a big old rain cloud that's always there. So maybe that's a transformation that is happening in this pre-game situation or behind the scenes, but it's bringing somebody back to peace, meditation, stability, truce, clarity, and understanding, inner standing. You're hanging out in your cute little bathing suit here. Upside down, it's feeling like you always got to put on armor to go to bed. You always have to have protection. You're never yourself. You always have to be wearing a mask and not living your truth. So let's clarify all of these now. With this, I want to stick to the same. Pile here because there's 2 decks of cards. So let's go back. Let's go back around. Get a little deeper into that 10 of Swords. King of, well, you have a progression here. Maybe this is something that somebody was manifesting and it stopped being healthy. The King of Pentacles is somebody who knows how to manifest, knows how to work, knows what success is, wants to only stick around where they feel successful and what they see growing. This is usually somebody that's really helpful in anything that has to do with finances or getting something grounded or making something work in reality. He's relaxing. Whatever I just said about somebody like taking the day off, you can't overextend yourself to the point where you're, you know, pushed and pulled in all directions. I'm kind of getting with this 10 of Swords, that was a lot of stress. I feel like maybe this king was working to the point where they weren't sleeping right. They were beyond anxiety. They were just burnt out, stressed out, but it was causing some, it's usually like mental pain, mental anguish, confusion. And that can happen with stress. That can happen when your energy's off. That can happen when you don't take a day to relax. That can also happen when you're only relaxing every day and you have the potential to create your dreams coming true and you get in your own way or let somebody else get in your own way and you're not getting out there to take action on your dreams. Because sometimes that's big and sometimes one day it's as much as just mowing the lawn. There's a dog here, so there is loyalty. There's information he or she is getting from the paper. Maybe this is somebody who likes to smoke. They have a pipe, but they got their feet up here. This person looks really happy. If the King of Pentacles is upside down, maybe this is somebody who is allowing a past situation to go because it was all about materialism, commercialism, having the biggest, best, whatever, and showing off, and definitely somebody who cares way too much about how they appear to others instead of what actually makes them fulfilled and joyful and makes their soul sing. Because that's someone that thinks that the stuff brings the happiness. And they work really hard, but then never find that fulfillment. So let's see. Continuing on. You have the Ace of Swords. So you have, nice, I like this. So you have the ending here, and you have a new beginning here. Maybe the new beginning comes with cutting out any energies that were a little too thorny, connecting only with those that blossom in the vibration of the rose, which is a very high vibrational flower. It blooms, whatever I said about smell and music, there's a really specific smell here. Look at all the cakes. That's kind of how I describe the Nine of Cups. Somebody has that sword. It's just your intention with those words, that communication, your thoughts. This could be a great idea. This could be a brilliant opportunity for a new beginning, starting with a nice combo, a lot of questions, truth, clarity, ideas. Maybe you had the idea to make this weird pink fluffy cake here, and after that you're like, oh, we gotta do chocolate. And then you're like, yeah, let's do chocolate. And then there's a beginning. So it's each one, but it's a step-by-step process. I also find it interesting that all of the pieces cut out of the cakes are different sizes. It's what you do with that knife. You can cut a cake. You could I don't know, I feel like you could pass it along. There's something about a sweetness. Maybe it's a sweetness with your words. Maybe it's having to be direct and clear. I feel like it depends on the situation here. If somebody's always wearing kid gloves or always trying to soften that blow and not being direct, sometimes ripping the Band-Aid off and being direct and clear is the way to go. Depending on, you know, that match going back and forth with the ball. And sometimes it is doing something with honey and not rubbing salt in the wound. But I feel like if somebody is having clarity with the Queen of Swords, she can handle it. She wants the truth. She doesn't want to beat around the bush. She'd rather you just tell her directly, then she knows. Now she can go whichever way she has to, knowing the truth. She's not usually somebody who's wishy-washy or all over the place with what she, you know, is thinking. But she's also open-minded. She wants to know the truth. She wants to definitely go down the rabbit hole because she can adjust her knowledge according to new knowledge coming in. She doesn't want to just keep something enclosed in that pie, being small-minded, unless she's only in her own thoughts, her own selfish gain, or her own whatever, then she's never going to see anyone else's opinion. Interesting. I hope these are helpful for you. Let's get one more. I don't feel like they're clarifying. I feel like it's continuing though. Oh yeah, beautiful. So you have a new beginning. You're getting all the right ingredients to bake that cake, to make your muffins, to bake some pancakes. This is where you have temperance. You got a little joy, you got a little justice, you got a little anger, you got a little, what is that one? Sorrow. It's a little bit of everything all mixed together. Some days are like this. Some days you get to hang out with happy. Some days you're on your knees in gratitude and prayer, and sometimes you are praying for things to change and heal. It's going with all of that. It's a Sagittarius energy. It's becoming the professional. Conversation by conversation, experience by experience. Night after night, maybe sassy moment after sassy moment. There's never a perfect way. You always have to have that like adjustment. Interesting that if you were a baker, it is about a certain formula. But here you have all of the different cakes. So it is, even if one particular person likes it a certain way, with somebody else you're communicating with, you have to be able to change it. I'm kind of getting it's how you communicate, how you open something up, how you present the information might not be the same depending on who you are speaking to. All right, let's get one more. One more. You got another king. The king. And another ace. You have a beginning. You have a weird ending over there. Don't worry about that. That's done. Or it's about to be done, or it's going to feel better, you know, once it's let go of. You have a very strong female here, and you've got this combination of the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. That's a lot of swords and pentacles. And then a little bit of fire over here. Look at you. You're cleaning your dish. You're getting ready to fill up your plate. This is your golden ticket. This is the idea that you need to put energy into, that will build, that will grow, that will shine and sparkle and open up new possibilities in your life. It looks like this is somebody going towards this particular start, whether that's with you in their own life or with someone else, with creativity, getting a lot done at once. If it didn't work one way, they're gonna duct tape some pipes together and put all those tools on the same thing, get to relax and do the dusting at the same time. This is definitely somebody who thinks outside the box. This is also the king that, interesting, is kind of figuring out how to work a lot smarter, not necessarily harder. This one's just kind of relaxing, but this one's kind of doing both. Active meditation, getting something done at the same time as he's sort of chillaxing. I love these cards. He even has a little, you know, tool in his hand here. So it's about a new beginning on truth. Maybe coming to a truce in a certain situation, moving slow, day by day, at a slow or fast pace, depending on how the day goes, doing everything in balance. You know, if you were imbalanced anywhere, giving too much attention on, you know, the box of anger instead of the box of love, it's recognizing that his life, it's all about the mix of everything happening. Nothing's ever just vanilla. You're missing a lot of other ingredients then. But I feel like this is somebody enthusiastic, creative, expansive, wants more knowledge, wants to dive into something, gets other people excited. I feel like this is somebody excited about this conversation or after a conversation, exciting for a brand new start or an idea that they know is going to have long-term potential. Something that they want to work on day after day. Even if they're scrubbing their dishes, they're making it fun. They're enjoying who they are around. These could be two different kings too. Two different masculine energies for some of you. Just so you know, there might be one masculine energy kind of getting cut out because maybe one is a better match if one of these was upside down, because this is somebody who is pompous, you know, full of themselves, overcompensating, you know, kind of not telling the truth, worried about if they get attention or not, being the brightest one or the loudest in the room or getting the most laughs or the most likes or the most whatever. It's all out there, instead of knowing that his weird ass invention is amazing and nobody, I love Queen of Wands or the King of Wands. Nobody else has to get this invention for it to be awesome. He just cares. I also always see the King of Wands upright as the one that says a joke, and they honestly don't give a shit if you get it or not, because it makes them laugh. Like, if you don't get it, guess you don't get the joke, but they still say it because it makes them laugh. It makes them happy. And that's with confidence. So is there anything we can do to just kind of sum this up? Yeah, maybe I can find something up here. What though? Yeah, I keep wanting to grab this one, so let's grab this one. Let's get one more. Notes from the universe. We're going to do another universe message, but this is on love and connection. One more message to sum this reading up. This brand new start, something getting grounded, a new beginning. You just got to take that plate to the chocolate factory so it can start to grow. Plant that seed in the garden and tend the garden. Continue with honest, open communication. Play some baseball games in between laying on the couch and getting to the work. And just get ready, because the universe has some amazing things popping up in your life. Beautiful friends, soul family, new family, happy moments. And apparently we're going to throw this in there. What is this? Some moments where two become one. So one more, please, and thank you. Everyone is just doing their best. All these personalities upside down. Anyone has potential to be on a good day or not. Be in a good cycle, you know, feeling happy, feeling expressive, feeling enthusiastic, and sometimes you go in a weird cycle and you're in a funk. Everyone is a beautiful child of God. Everyone has the potential for psychic insight, to connect to their higher self intuition. Everybody is unique and special and different. And everyone has their own path, their own lessons. They are here to learn. Everyone here signed up for something that's not so easy, to deal with a whole world full of opposites and dichotomy. All different emotions, all different situations, and wherever anyone is on their journey is okay. It's looking at that, looking at everyone in their eyes with compassion and love. You know, some people maybe do a little better than others, and sometimes some people get up and, you know, some days if you took a shower, that's a good day. You know, some days you got up, you're in your suit, You're like, I'm gonna put my tux on, mow the lawn, bake some cakes, make some muffins, make some inventions. It was a productive day and end with some sassy time. But not every day is like that. 'Tis life. So everyone is just doing their best. Try to see everyone with that beautiful spiritual vibration of compassion. And it says there are really only 2 types of people. Interesting, because we read these cards here on 2 sides of the coin. Multifaceted. There are really only 2 types of people. Those you now love, and those you will love. Until there's only 1 type of person, then we'll probably hit replay. Replay, and then you have this. The game of life. Wow. 'Tis the game of life. Sometimes we're in the pregame. Sometimes we're on that field. Sometimes we get shoved on the bench. Sometimes we didn't make it to the stadium at all. Sometimes we're on the right team. Sometimes we're on the wrong team. Sometimes we pray we just win. Pray we get through this game. Pray for a miracle. And sometimes we pray in gratitude that dreams are coming true. It's the game of life. So, you gonna step up to bat, give it a go, or sit and watch it vicariously from the sidelines? I would say it's probably much more fun to play. So, with this, I bid you adieu. I love you. Thank you for being here today. I hope this reading was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.